Black Clover. This is Black Clover, chapter 308, Yuno Grimberyall. All right, so last we left off, Finral showed up to help his brother Langris face off against Zeno, and they're both going to use their cool spatial magic. And I thought this was like, oh yeah, spatial magic battle, character development between these two characters. And they actually catch him from behind. They like use their powers to get into his zone, and
swipe.
And yeah, Langris uses his cool swipe technique, and we just get a totally black panel. We cut to Yuno waking up in a library that's very familiar, and it's very similar to where the grimoires are handed out in the Clover Kingdom. But he wakes up, he starts to raise his head a little, and in the distance, he just sees Langris impaled on Zeno's bones, and Finral's on. Oh wait, I don't know which one's the other way. They look the same.
Shish kebabbed.
Yeah, he got shish kebabbed.
Skewered.
And you do see like the effects of Langris's attack on Zeno still, but even though like
it just didn't destroy the heart.
Yeah, the spatial magic, even as strong as it was, couldn't destroy the devil's heart that Zeno now has. And Yuno's like, fuck, everything fucking sucks. Nothing worked. Even if I get back up, what can I do? Did I make the wrong choice? He says half of my companions were killed, and had them put me in the unit, and I even trained like my life depended on it. And he actually starts crying. This is like the most
vulnerable.
Yeah, this is the most vulnerable and despair-ridden that Yuno has ever been. And he just like is thinking to himself, "Is like, is this the end?" And he's like thinking about how everyone called him a genius, and they thought he was the hope of the hood, essentially. And
right.
Yeah, and he was like, I was chosen and envied and hated and trusted, and I suffered loss and I swore. And then he remembers Asta. He's like, I made a vow with him, and this is not all I am. And he tries to get up, and all of a sudden, he's just in this white space. And with a voice calling out to him saying, yes, that's right. I am you. But you have your own strength as well. And then we cut back to reality, and it's a Spade Kingdom grimoire just floating before Yuno. And the heavens start opening up, and the people from the outside are like, I knew it. Master Yuno is... and I forgot who this elf's name, but he starts thinking, it's as I thought. His wind magic. It's Leeks and Tashia's ... And we cut back to Yuno as he gets up and he says, I will save my captain and the others. I'm going to save the kingdom and become the Wizard King. And so you're going down. Big 2-page spread with Yuno with his fairy thing plus 2 different grimoire. And he's about to go ham on Zeno.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this was probably going to be my RGC. If not for how much fun I had recapping One Piece. But
yeah, this is definitely the runner-up for me.
Oh, yeah, what a great chapter. And you know what? It is the really good chapter of the week for the audience.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
And for once, I have no qualms about that. I'm okay with that. Honestly, this RGC was very close. I think Black Clover won by 1 vote this week. My Hero Academia was very second. It was like right behind it. And Undead Unluck came in third. One Piece came in last, which I'm like, what are you guys talking about? How could it come last?
So wild.
Yeah, but I mean, this was a great chapter. I really enjoyed it. It's for as much as grief as I give Tabata, every now and then he shows me why he's like his true potential as a writer, and why I enjoy Yuno so much. Because Yuno's like very easily, when Black Clover started, everybody was like, "Oh, Yuno's this is like Naruto and Sasuke all over again. Yuno's just such a Sasuke."
Yeah.
And over the course of the series, he's just like so differentiated from himself to not necessarily be a Sasuke, but like I said, he's Yuno Jordan. He has his own like funny but very serious personality where he just like is just as competitive as the main character. They have the same goal, but they're pursuing it in the same way, but they're two sides of the different coin because Asta came from nothing, whereas Yuno came from everything. Like he's a prince, but he is also but he also has like he was also given away. He also lived the life of an orphan as far as he knew. So he understands struggle, and he understands that he's not just a prodigy. He worked hard. He mastered all these things, and he was always the best. Just because on top of natural talent, he worked hard. But yeah, he's just he's an interesting character, and I like that this series took a while to really make him vulnerable. It really pays off because in the last couple arcs, you see that Yuno is not infallible because a lot of the series, he's kind of a robot. He doesn't really talk much, and that's fine. That's not like an indictment on him. I actually kind of like that because like his impartiality to a lot of things is comedically funny sometimes. But, things start to get to him as he gets older and he experiences things that gets close to people. And I think that's great. This is like great low-key character development that Tabata is actually very good at. He hides it underneath.
Yeah, that was really low-key.
He's very good
a
at doing
closed-off
that.
foster child that only had one real friend that he felt close to and open to, and that was Asta.
Yeah.
But he developed real relationships along the way, and
yeah,
that was very well said. That was a great point, Chris.
Yeah, and this chapter is just like a continuing drawing the parallel between him and Zeno, because Zeno is very much the same thing. He just Zeno just can't hack it, because at the end of the day, Zeno went back to his place of privilege and asked, "It's like, Daddy, can I get a demon, please, Daddy?
Please,
Daddy." I killed my friend in battle, Daddy, and I want a demon now.
Yo, true. Dead ass. He's like, okay, I'll take the fortune. I fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up hard. Lost my friend along the way.
Yeah. But yeah, great chapter. Very justified audience RGC. I've already said my piece. Do you have any thoughts, Josh?
Nah.
Oh, man.
This was a great chapter. Too bad I couldn't give it the RGC.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was very close. I just had so much fun with One Piece this week.
It was a champ. When One Piece is firing in all cylinders, it can't lose.
Yeah.
Unless it's up against World Trigger, and World Trigger's exceptionally dry.
Yeah. I can't wait for it to come back.